Gage. Let's go, Gage. Yeah, Gage.
Now the 2011 Interscholastic Champion, a sophomore from University High School. I think we'll see him out here many times in the future, Mr. Gage Brymer.
Gage, though, not Cage.
Now, it's with great pleasure I get to present the Perpetual Individual Championship Trophy. This is called the Farnham Cup. If you were to take a look at this thing, there's over 100 names on here, including some of the finest and greatest players in American tennis history. And if you haven't done so, I would highly recommend that you go over to the trophy display behind court 4 over there and take a look at this and all the rest of the trophies that get presented in this tournament. Some of the greatest names you'll ever see in American tennis. Now I'd like to present this to this year's champion from University High School. University High School has had a very nice, very good tennis program for a number of years now. But this is the first champion that they will have had. They had one player reach the finals, back-to-back finalists, 2001 through 2002, Aaron Jovan, who you will see him out here tomorrow in the Open Division finals. But I'd like to present this trophy to this year's champion, and next year his name will be on here, Gage Brymer.
Yeah, Gage. That's it, buddy.
Obviously, there's two of these best in the country. A lot of us would say they are the best. Here today, we're going to play a dual match. 8 days ago, these two teams met again for the regular season title, for the Pac-12 regular season title. At UCLA. Clay Thompson. And number 2 for USC. Sophomore. Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed some great tennis, some great sportsmanship, but how about just the fact that both these young men had to play 3 matches today? How about another nice round of applause for them? It's kind of an interesting dynamic as a result of this match. This is the first time in the history of the tournament that Rancho Bernardo High School has had a player in the finals. So hopefully this is something they're going to build on, and we'll see them back in the future. On the reverse side, University High School, 4 of the last 10 finalists have come from their school. They've won the double several times and the team championship several times. So it's safe to say that I think they've reached the dynasty status of the Ojai Valley Tennis Tournament. like to now present the ribbons for today's finalists. First, the 2012 Interscholastic Singles runner-up, a senior from Rancho Bernardo High School, Mr. Tyler Pham. Great tournament. Now, the defending champion, back for the second time. Junior from University High School in Irvine, 2012 Interscholastic champion, Gage Brymer. But one interesting thing about this trophy is called the Farnham Cup. This is the 110th presentation of this cup, and only a handful of names have been on there 2 consecutive times. 3 of them in the last 50 years. Chico Heggie, Billy Martin, and Rick Leach. Some of those names you probably recognize. Now Mr. Brymer's name goes on there 2 consecutive times. Twice in the history of this tournament, 3 names have been on there in a row. The first 3 years of the tournament, that happened. I'm not sure we're going to count that, so I'm not sure too many schools were actually involved in. But in 1936, the 3rd year, Bobby Riggs won this tournament 3 years in a row in the high school division. So we are challenging Mr. Brymer here to possibly get on there for a 3rd time. Anyway, congratulations once again. Ojai Valley Championships, Mr. Gage Brymer, Senior from University High School of Irvine. And now we get to hand out the perpetual trophy for this division. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the oldest perpetual trophy given at this tournament. First started in 1902. It was originally called the Ojai Valley Tennis Club Cup, but later became known as the Farnham Cup. It was named after a gentleman named Henry Farnham, who was one of the original members of the Ojai Valley Tennis Club. He actually won this division, the Ojai Open Division in 1900, then it was called the All-Comers Division. He was also a doubles partner of William L. Thatcher, who was the founder of this tournament. So a lot of pedigree behind this this cup. On this cup, being awarded since 1902, there have been 11 names on there on consecutive years. The most recent of which was 2011 and 2012, Mr. Brymer here. And just as a slight side note, one of the previous 11 names on there in consecutive years was Mr. Brymer's future college coach, UCLA head coach Billy Martin. make some really interesting chatter at some practices next year. Of those 11 names, on there twice, there's only been one name on there 3 consecutive times. And that was back in 1934, 35, and 36 by a young man named Bobby Riggs. Some of you people that know past history may know that Mr. Riggs went on to become a Grand Slam champion and a U.S. Davis Cup hero. So a lot of things happen when you win this division. So it is with great pleasure that I present the cup for this year's, actually the 2011, the 2012, and the 2013 Interscholastic Singles champion, Mr. Gage Brymer.